Hello and welcome to Totally Rovers, a Blackburn Rovers podcast by fans of the Blue White Halves. Welcome back if you've just joined us, and if you're new to us, don't forget to subscribe. And for those who are regular watchers, thanks for waiting. I know it's a long overdue return due to commitments we've got outside of YouTube and Spotify, whatever we're on, whatever platforms we're on. So we're heading into the international break on the back end of a 2-1 home defeat to Derby on the
Mhm.
club's 150th anniversary at home. So celebrations, of course, went down like a damp squib. But technically, it was actually the club on the back end of a winning run when it was the club's actual 150th birthday. So I
Mhm.
suppose there's a positive upside to that. So happy 150th to Blackburn Rovers Football Club.
Absolutely.
And on the pod, there's myself, Luke, and we've got Liam.
Hello, everybody. Smithers is here.
So how are you doing? Yeah, so how are you doing today?
Uh, Not so bad. It's been a busy weekend. I working all weekend. Bit of a where I work, we do like a little pop up shop, so I sell loads of stuff off at really good prices and all that lot. We do it maybe a few times a year, so yeah, had another one of them. So basically, they needed me for that. So I'm working all weekend, so I wasn't able to go to the Derby game, which is a shame because I would have liked to have gone to the charity match afterwards as well. And you couldn't get a ticket for the charity match unless you went to the Derby game, and I couldn't make it to either. So one of them. But
Oh,
hindsight's one little thing because I got to have my daughter stay over, so they spent the night over. So, like I say, swings and roundabouts. How about yourself? How
yeah,
are you?
I'm all right. I was a little bit, how should I put it, dejected from the defeat to Derby on the club's anniversary. But the charity match with the legends and the old Etonians was really great to watch. It was a really great watch to see. David Bentley scored a great goal, and Matt Derbyshire scored, and
Mm-hmm.
Dunny was really funny at one point of the game in the when the Legends played. The referee blew the whistle and he kicked the ball at the referee just to play it up and got booked as well. Much the amusement of the fans as well.
Good old Donny.
And yeah,
Did Henry show
um,
his arse?
he did actually. A Rovers fan posted a reel on social media of him showing his arse as well.
I love it. I used to love the chant, Hendry, show us your ass. Hendry, show us your ass. And he always
Yeah,
obliged. He always
yeah,
obliged.
they did chant that from the Blackburn end as well. But anyway,
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 moving
lined
on.
up on this week's pod, this Rovers roundup. It's going to be a bumper special due to making up for not being here last week.
Yep,
Um, we're going to cover the game against Derby County first, and then we're going to look at the last two games before them when Rovers were on the winning run against Leicester and Bristol City.
absolutely.
So first, we're going to go to the game against Derby County, and obviously we know it's the 150th anniversary for the club, and it was Johnny Eustace's return back to Ewell Park after his controversial departure
Yeah,
last season to go to Derby. But Ewell Park, was quite packed. There was a generous pricing for the games, £18.75 a ticket wherever you sat in the ground,
yeah.
and there was there's quite a relatively big turnout, including the Derby fans. There was just shy over 20,000 fans at the game. So and Ewood was rocking. And I was thinking, why can't we like that, like week in, week out with the support? But, I understand that there might be circumstances
Yeah.
for some football fans, not being able to go to every game. But I think it's largely due to the owners and the current way things are at the club right now. But I think more turn up just because of the occasion of the club's 150th anniversary, having a chance to repeat, being there to see history being made, hopefully for the right
Yeah.
reasons. But as the game goes, I don't think it was made for the right reasons at all, with the results concerned, anyway. But there was
I
a
don't
change
think
of lineup.
because I don't think the display was as bad though. I think the performance wasn't too bad despite the result.
No, well, but I will go to that in a minute. But
Yeah.
at the first half, we were absolutely poor. We were not on the front foot at all. It's like we played with the handbrake on in the first half,
Yeah.
and there was some lapses of concentration which really gifted Derby the 2 goals. I mean, they didn't have many chances on goal. I know Ben Brereton Diaz had one that went wide,
Yeah.
largely thanks to Ainsley Pears and Lewis Miller closing him down to force him wide. And obviously it was that set piece that was our undoing. And we seem to be getting punished by set pieces in recent times and aerial duels. And to fair to John Eustace, that was probably one of his game plans as well. Hit them where it hurts them most with Rovers, which is set pieces and physicality.
Yep.
So I think that was one of the things that caught us off guard with the set pieces. And then obviously before the break, the Derby doubled the lead with another long ball across the Patrick Ajimiang that doubled the lead. And obviously Carlton Morris got the first goal from the corner. It was very frustrating. I mean, there weren't much chance creation from Rovers in the first half. There's only one, maybe 2 chances.
Yeah.
Morris Sheet had one that was way off target, and Taylor Garner-Hickman had a brave shot, long range shot. It curled and just went over the bar. I thought if that went on target or went in, that would have been a fantastic goal. But it was a really poor performance. It's like we just didn't turn up at all. We weren't. It looked like a Rovers side that wasn't on the back end of a good run as well, with the way the game started as well. I thought we'd be off the front foot, playing up with the byline, impressible, but with Derby being a difficult team to break down, I thought there could have been a bit more, you
Yeah.
know, better game plan from Ishmael. I thought in possession we were very sloppy. We kept cheaply giving the ball away. Either the passes were too heavy, too light, or ill-timed. And I thought we should have been a bit more patient in possession as well, which is where we lost our composure, I think, throughout the first half, which was really frustrating to see. I mean, by the break, we were 2-0 down, and we just, there was a lot of boos at Ewood Park throughout that game as well. And then into the second half, we played much better, to be honest. We were much more composed on the ball, largely thanks to Ishmael making changes. You know, he took off Garner Hickman and put on Christian Montgomery. Because Garner Hickman did get booked quite early in the game, so he was on a tight rope, which inevitably meant that with how many yellow
Yeah.
cards he's got now, Taylor Garner Hickman is going to be missing the next game after the international break. But of course, Tronstad's back after the international break because he missed today's game due to being absent.
Yeah.
Which didn't really help. And Axel Henriksen was in midfield with Garner Hickman. And they're both too similar, really, to play midfield, but we're due to our options as well. I'm not sure why Ishmael picked them two, because I thought Montgomery deserved a start with how he's been performing for Rovers over the past
To be
number of
fair,
games
I would
as well.
agree.
Yeah, and Adam Forshaw came on later on in the game. When they came on, the midfield was more composed. They were better on the ball. Adam Forshaw sat back to dictate, to sort of like be the brains and let Montgomery be the engine room. But
Yeah.
he also was quite good, Montgomery, picking out them passes and looking to press the ball forward and find them pockets of spaces and picking out them passes, which you didn't seem to get from Garner Hickman or Henriksen. But Henriksen was largely anonymous throughout the game. And I think what was quite frustrating throughout the game against Derby was we didn't seem to play to our strengths. Like Alabiosu had a very quiet game. And when he did have the ball, he didn't seem to press on as much and run at the opposition. And I felt like he wasn't quite firing all cylinders. I
No.
mean, in defence, Lewis Miller was working his socks off, trying to push the team on. McLaughlin was captain, and obviously with Wharton out injured, we were very short of options at centre back. But what
Yeah.
puzzled me with Ishmael was that he put Ryan Hedges as a left back in the back three, and I was like, "Why are you playing Ryan Hedges there?" But
Yeah.
Ishmael said in an interview, it's because Ryan Hedges is the taller player that plays as a wing back. But why not play Pickering or Ribeiro? They're actually more defensively minded than Ryan Hedges,
Yeah.
which argues my point that they should have played. I think Pickering should have been given a chance, to be honest, in that
Yeah.
position. Because he knows right edges. He could do the link-up play. And then Hedges could be the wing-back. But Dinev started as the wing-back when Hedges was in the back three. I think Dinev should have been kept on the bench and be an impact player for pace,
No, I
which I
get you.
think could have hurt Derby later on in the game. Because you look at the average age of Derby's squad, it is older than our squad.
Yeah.
And in the later stage of the game, Derby were looking a little bit leggy. And another selection I think Ishmael could have done in the game. You start Matt Gay instead of Yukio Ashi, because Gay could have been a distraction to the Derby defence due to his size, strength, and physical presence that he's got.
Yeah.
To free up Andrew Johnson, who was very quiet throughout the game as well.
Yeah, it never got really a
And
sniff, did it?
yeah, no, he didn't get a sniff of the ball at all.
Although, like I said, I don't know how you feel about this, but I was trying. I mean, I'm working all day, but I tried to check in. And when I saw it, we were 2-0, 2-1. Obviously, I know you'll get to the goal in a minute. 2-1, but it was saying that Rovers are dominating this half of football and are looking to push on to try and create something. When I was checking in on it, and obviously I watched the highlights back later. But did you get the sense that we were dominating the half? Did you get the sense that we were pushing and looking like we were trying to get back in it from being 2-0 down?
Yeah, we did once the second half started, very much so. We were pressing
Fair enough.
on, trying to find a way back into the game.
Which is
I reckon
what I
drop
was
off.
reading up on, and what the match report and everything I was reading up on. It said that's what I saw, and I was like, well, that's good that we didn't give up. We started to fight back to try and look to get back in it, which is something that sometimes you've seen our heads go and they've just given up. It's good to see that we're fighting back still at 2-0 down. And then anyway, I'll let you carry on. Sorry, it was just a question I had for you
No,
after reading the report.
yeah, it looked like we were trying to find a way back into the game. But there weren't much chance creation. I think
Hmm.
we were lacking a little bit of creativity. That, you know, that makes Todd Campbell's absence felt. Because
Yeah,
in a game like this one, and with
we
the
need some
occasion and everything,
creativity. Yeah,
Todd Campbell would have definitely rose to the occasion on a game like this.
yeah,
And I think with Derby trying to nullify Todd Campbell, obviously they've got to concentrate and trying to keep Ryan Alabi quiet, or even Dinev quiet. The faster players and Good Johnson. But I think that worked to Derby's advantage, and obviously not having Scott Wharton there as well was another one.
yeah.
He was missed, and that it just obviously you can't with the injuries that we've got now, and Tronstad being suspended. You've got a span of the team that's pretty much gone. Part of the span of the squad pretty much gone. With Wharton out, Tronstad out, and Campbell out. It's not the best situation to be in.
No,
But another argument for having Pickering on as well is championship experience. That we could have had some more championship experience on the pitch as opposed to keeping it on the bench as well. So it was quite frustrating. I mean, we pressed on more later on into the game, and Derby were getting a little bit leggy, and Ohashi's pace put the frighteners onto him, and that was when Dion Sanderson took down Yuko Ashi running into the box that got us that
yeah,
penalty just over
I,
the hour mark. There was that belief that we could get back into the game as well,
yeah,
being pegging one back and trying to find that equaliser. But the referee, and I don't like moaning about referees because they are awful in general, but they're awful on both accounts when it comes to decision making. Like, we could have had a penalty when they got a handball, and Derby could have got a penalty when Carlton Morris was brought down in the box as well. And he was moaning to the referees about that decision being made. And it was no different really to when Todd Campbell moaned when he got took down against Swansea, and Campbell got booked and Morris didn't.
yeah.
So where's the consistency in that? Gay came on for Owashi. Not much time left, but there was a late moment when Gay was in the box, had the ball. Three Derby players closed him down due to his size and strength. But Gay could have actually gone for a goal. He just took one pass too many and should just took a shot. And I think we could have got more there.
Yeah.
And there was a header on target, but there hadn't been much end product from Rovers.
No.
There weren't much chance creation. and we didn't play for the full 90. And to be honest, I think that was really our undoing. And it's sort of, dare I say it, smacks of the game against Sheffield Wednesday. We play good in one half, but don't turn up on the other. That's what it
Yeah.
smacks of to me against Derby. And the team selection for Ishmael didn't help either. I
No.
thought Montgomery should have started with Garner Hickman. Thought that probably would have been a better choice.
With Tronstad
And
out, yeah.
I think Ryan Hedges should have been the wing back, probably taken off, and have Dinev on as the pace set with his pace
But who would you
to
play as
take
the left
advantage of
centre back
Derby
then?
being leggy.
Who would you play as the left centre back then? Ribeiro?
I would have Ribeiro or Pickering in that game.
Fair enough then. No, fair enough.
I would have picked Harry Pickering, to be honest.
Yeah.
In the game. I
Um,
think he's got a bit more pace about him. He can move better at pushing the ball forward than Ribeiro.
One thing I found quite amusing was we call them all Derby Rovers, this, that, the other. And yet they only started one player that's played for Rovers. Two.
Oh,
Sorry, my bad, two. They played a defender
Ian
as well.
Sanderson was another one as
Leon
well.
Sanderson, yeah. They only
Yeah.
played two. To say we call them Derby Rovers, they kept half the Rovers players out the first team. Ex-Rovers players.
Danny
they brought
Bartley come on in the closing stages of the
so did
game,
Andy
and
Wyman.
so did Andy Vyman. But Ryan Ayamby wasn't on the pitch.
Nope.
And Lewis Travis wasn't because he's injured.
It was just quite amusing to see that it was.
Yeah, and there were a lot of boos towards Johnny Eustace, understandably, and Ben Brereton didn't get a good reception either. When he got took off, a difficult one to swallow. I think there's some harsh lessons to be learned from that game against Derby, and given that we had a weakened squad, I don't think it's the worst defeat that we've had this season.
No.
With the
Derby
players
on
that
an
we had
upturn of
available.
form, and they've won quite a lot on the bounce at the moment. And we just started to have our own little upturn of form, and it wasn't like we were outplayed. I mean, we had a sloppy first half, but I think second half we came back at them, we gave them a game, and it made it a lot more interesting.
Yeah, I just don't think we were clever enough in possession to
No.
pick out them passes, find them pockets of space, and time your runs to break down and stretch Derby.
Yeah.
I think there were things like that we needed, and if we had any chances, there was just no end product.
No.
And that was our real downfall as well. And obviously, not playing for the full 90 minutes. That was the most annoying thing about
That
it,
let us down a
more
bit.
than
Yeah.
anything. It's like, come on, you're
But
on the back end from a run from winning 3 games on the spin. You should have that momentum. You should carry that momentum into the next game, which
yeah, well,
we've been capable of doing.
they are. I think it was a big occasion for them. Derby were also on the back of like a 4 or 5 game run where they've been winning. They've been playing well of Derby, and it was just one of them games. It could have gone either way.
Yeah, there really wasn't much between them in the grand scheme of things. It was really a game of two halves. First half was very much Derby's. Second half was ours.
Yeah.
It's just there were fine margins. The moments that defined the game. The header from Carlton Morris, and then the other one from Patrick Ajemiang. That's what really defined the game because Derby didn't really have many chances on goal. And when
Yeah.
we're 2-0 up, they were pretty much happy to park the bus.
But we've
Under
got
no pressure to go get another goal.
We've got an international break now to get ourselves settled. There'll be plenty of them to kind of have a break. There'll be some on international duty, as we know, like you know. But at the same time, we've got quite a lot that can have a decent rest. Hopefully, some injuries will come back as well by the time. And fingers crossed, we can pick up where we left off before the Derby game.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, Todd Cantwell should be back after the international break. And then you've got Aidan Carter. He should be back as well.
He's not far off, and we need that
So
with the
that'll help.
Yeah.
And of course, Tronstad will be back to play the next game. So there is some
positives.
There's some positives there when we come back from international break. I think it's come at a good time in that regard as well.
Yeah.
But Wharton's injured. He's out for some time now. He's due to be back in January.
Tough out injured.
Tough is out for 12 weeks. So that's a bit of a concern for us. and
Tor's
the
kept
other
us in going this
concern,
season. Oh, I'm
yeah,
so good. That's the biggest loss for me.
yeah. But to be
Water's a big
fair to
loss. Don't get me wrong,
yeah,
but Torf is a big, big loss.
yeah. But to be fair to Ainsley Pears, I know he has his harshest critics. He couldn't really do much to stop them goals against Derby, and he wasn't really tested either. So Pears did what he could do really throughout the game. So
Mm-hmm.
not regardless of the result. So yeah, it's going to be a tough one, particularly with the games coming thick and fast into December as well.
Yeah.
So that's the Derby game. Let's talk about the game against Bristol City that we came back on the back end of before playing Derby and Leicester City. I mean, we were on a really good run, weren't we, before then?
We were.
I mean, the Bristol City game was a game that we did what we needed to do to grind out result. I mean, the first
We
half,
got
we
out
very
nicely.
much,
No.
yeah, we very much dominated the game. We were very good. We had that nice fluidity, didn't we, in possession and
Yeah.
on the ball. There was plenty of chances created, but there just weren't goals yet. And then eventually, we got a goal in a break with that great pass and set up from Ryo Morishita, and then Yuko neatly took the ball into the net just before the break.
Yeah. Lovely, lovely little finish as well. So.
And then in the second half, it was completely different, wasn't it? Different type of second half.
Yeah.
The flow of the game wasn't there. I mean, Bristol City very much just tried to disrupt that flow of play to
Yeah.
try and get back into it. And Rovers were very dogged throughout. They managed to stay into the game and hold on to our lead. I mean, that's where Tronstad did a defensive lunge that got him booked and inevitably missing the game against Derby. And then Scott Wharton came off an injury, and then Tolf came off, and we just held out for that game. It was a very scrappy encounter. And Bristol City, I know, had a few injured players, and there weren't much end products with Bristol City on there, but
No.
so and it just ended 1-0, and it was a very hard fought away win at Ashton Gate, and Rovers haven't managed to leave Ashton Gate with a point, let alone 3 in recent times. So it was a very good result and well deserved win from Rovers. And then obviously before that there was the Leicester game where we're on the back end of a very good run against Southampton, very good win against, well, not very good win, but a hard fought win against Southampton. I mean, that was probably the best full 90 minutes from Rovers I've seen so far this season. I mean, there was that disallowed goal very early into the game with that free kick where
Mm.
Mavididi was offside. But then Andrew
He was
Johnson
miles
got us
offside.
in. Yeah, he was. He was miles offside. And then Andrew Johnson got us up with that neat goal when Dion Deneve crossed the ball, which deflected over Leicester defender, but the ball neatly fell to Good Johnson. He was in the right place at the right time, tucked it in 1-0, and we kept trying for another goal. Throughout the game, and we very much controlled the game against Leicester. And
Surprised how badly
Leicester,
they played. To be fair, at home,
yeah,
we just controlled the game. We looked like the home team. We just controlled the game, controlled the crowd, everything. It just looked comfortable. Like I say, it was an enjoyable game to watch, really. And
yeah,
that, and then Alabiosu, phenomenal little run up the byline. Then he got to the very edge byline, cut back into the 18-yard box, and then just tucked it back to the edge of the 6-yard box. And there's Johnson and it was a nice clinical finish as well to
yeah.
make it
It
two.
was a great strike, absolutely
But
great strike that, and then
both goals
Tolf,
were
of
well
course, did his
taken.
very great goals, and then Tolf, of course, got his crucial save from Mavididi with
Yeah,
the
one of the best saves of the season
close
for me.
range shot. I mean, that was an absolute worldie as
One of
well.
the best
I mean,
saves in the league
absolutely
this season, in
fantastic.
my opinion.
Yeah, definitely, it was fantastic. And then Lewis Miller did his crucial clearance like within seconds of
Yeah,
the game being finished as well. So all in all, I'm very pleased of how Rovers have
turned the league
performed
recently.
over these past 3 games. I mean, before the international break and before we started recording the pod and
Yeah.
after the last one last time, you would have taken 6 points out of a possible 9.
Oh, all
Though,
day long.
though
I
I
would have
think we'd
liked to have
rather
had the
took three
result
points.
against Derby because of
Yeah,
what
we would have.
we've had to
Yeah,
witness with Eustace and that lot. But
yeah,
I'd take taking 6 points out of 9. I will be honest.
yeah. and I think it's helped us where we stand in the league right now as well, with
Just
where
give us a
we
bit more
are.
leeway,
'Cause,
hasn't it?
yeah, it's given us a bit more leeway, a bit more of a cushion. I mean, we're currently 19th place at the moment in the
Yeah.
Championship, and we're 6 points above the drop. As Sheffield United drew in the recent game against QPR, Oxford lost, and Portsmouth lost over the weekend, and Norwich lost.
Norwich
But
lost as well.
Southampton,
That was a key one.
yeah, but Southampton and Norwich are changing managers now. Will Still is
Yep.
gone. Liam Manning got sacked after yesterday's
Yeah.
result as well. So I think we get these strings of wins. It does help us. It's a really tight league this season.
Every team could beat every team. It's weird this season how it's going.
It's so open as well. It's
Mm.
really open this season as well.
I mean, don't get me
That's one
wrong.
thing I really
Coventry
liked
beat us
about Rover.
fairly 2-0, but I felt like we gave Coventry a bloody tough game, and we both saw that comment from the Coventry fan, and he even admitted we were one of the hardest games he's had. He
Yeah,
feels we were one of the hardest opponents they faced, despite losing 2-0.
mm.
And like I say,
That's a compliment. Now.
it's a compliment, and they're the team to beat at the moment.
Mm. Yeah, it is. It
But
is
it
a
just shows
compliment.
that any team can beat any team. I mean, every game's a tough game. There's no easy games in the Championship, and we always take it for granted when we are on a good run. But no game's easy. There is no easy game in this league. That's why it's one of the toughest leagues in football.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely is, though. So that's our run up of Rovers roundup, isn't it, so far? So obviously the next game after the international break is against Preston North End,
Yeah, big
which
one.
is a big one, not just because it's a Lancashire derby,
No, because
but
they're on a good run.
they're on a really good run at the moment. I mean, they've won 3, drawn 1, and lost 2. In the last 6 games, they're currently fourth with 26 points. They're in the push for a playoff in the playoff mix. Um,
They've lost
and
us
North
Magic
End, I
though. Do we
mean,
want to face him against us?
yes, because of his he got charged for the
Well, apparently
race
there
row
was
against
no. I
Burnley.
was chatting to a Preston fan today, and he was saying there's no actual evidence, but because there's a probability it could have happened, therefore they've gone with the fact it's happened, and therefore it's like innocent till proven guilty. It's surely innocent till proven guilty, not the other way around. Oh, there's a chance it could have happened, therefore you get suspended. No, you should be able to prove without doubt. But they couldn't prove it, but they still slapped him with a 9-game ban. So, I mean, the evidence was blatantly clear as day to see for everybody with the bite on the Rovers player.
Oh yeah, with Owen Beck getting bit by Osmich,
Yeah,
yeah, 100%. But the one with Hannibal, it looks like it's his word against it's
yeah. It's like
Osmich's
one
word
word
against
against the
Hannibal's
other.
because he's like said it in his ears, didn't he? It's not like he
Mm.
blurted it out loud where it could be an earshot of other
Yeah,
players or fans or coaches.
it's one word against the other
But
about what was said. It could have been anything. Now, I'm not
yeah,
saying he wasn't racist. I'm not saying he was. I'm just saying they've come to the decision of a 9-game ban over something that they can't genuinely prove it happened. They're taking one
yeah,
word over the other.
mm,
So, not
yeah.
that it's a bad thing because it benefits us in the sense he can't be biting any of our players next time round.
Well, he's quite dangerous on the counter attack as well. I mean, he
He's
does
not
get
a
them
bad.
both,
He's not a bad player.
but he's definitely a player you wouldn't like on the opposition, but one you'd love on your own team. Sort of gives me the vibes of Elijah Diouf,
Yes,
like he was for us. I mean, Diouf was a
I
nasty
love
player for
Doofy.
any
Doofy was
opponent,
just one of those players.
but
You knew having him on your side. It was brilliant, and other players hated him.
oh yeah, 100%. But Diouf didn't bite players though. That's the difference.
No, this is true.
So that's everything rounded up with Rovers so far. I mean, we've got some injury updates. Coming after the international break. Todd Cantwell should be back, as I
Yep,
previously mentioned, which would be a
that's a big
bonus
one.
for us. Marisa Baraji should due to be back, but obviously with Scott Wharton being out till January, George Pratt, who's been loaned out at Chorley, he's a defender. He's been recalled back to the club, so I don't know whether or not they're going to throw him into the deep end and play him due to our
And you got
lack of depth and selection dilemma with defenders. And Hayden Carter should be back as well.
Yeah.
So on the international break, we should have some experienced players coming back into the fold into the next game. And of
Constad.
course, and Tronstad is back from suspension. And Taylor Gardner-Hickman's going to be suspended after getting booked against Derby.
Yeah.
So I think that should give Montgomery a start into the next game. And I think he's earned his stripes. I think Montgomery should play.
I think he deserves it personally.
And I think Christy Montgomery will rise to the occasion against North End. I think he's that sort of player. Will roll his sleeves up, get on with the game.
And get stuck
I know
in.
he's not the most experienced player. I know he's not a player with a great deal of experience, but he does have an understanding and knows what it means to play in this league and English football in general, which I think should get him higher up the pecking order over like some of the players that we've been playing. I would personally have Montgomery on over Taylor Gardner-Hickman, in my opinion, for Rovers. I think him and Tronstad could work.
Hickman had a really, really good game against Bristol City. I thought he played really, really well.
To be fair, yeah. I think Gardner-Hickman is better for scrappier games.
Yeah.
Whereas Montgomery is better if you got to play.
Creative. Yeah.
Yeah, a bit more creative. If you be a bit more dogmatic, Taylor Gardner-Hickman. I'm not saying Montgomery can't do that because he can. I'd see Montgomery as more of a number 8. He's one player that can move forward, but also happy to track back and defend as well when he needs to. What I've seen with Montgomery. And he's got the engine. He's like the engine room in that midfield as well.
Yeah.
But I think Montgomery is definitely one to play next game. I think he's earned it.
Yeah.
So do you think he should start?
With Hickman out, I think definitely. I do like Hickman. I think he's a good player, and I like how he's settling in. I do think Montgomery brings more in the creative vibe of things. I think you should be giving him a bit more of an opportunity now. I think he's earned it. He needs to take it. That's for certain, because you've now got Baraji on the cusp of coming back, and Baraji can play in midfield as well. So that's another person that's nipping at the heels to get into the team. But no, I think it's the perfect time and the perfect opportunity to give him that start, give him an opportunity to see if he can actually, what's the word I'm looking for? Looking to pay back his faith, like the faith that he gets put in him, and show what he can do if he gets a start.
Yeah, definitely. Montgomery is definitely repaying the faith that Ishmael's put back into him. I mean, he's earned himself a nice, lovely chant by the fan base as well.
It's a good chant, actually.
It's a really good chant. So I think
I'm
that's
not
everything
singing.
now.
I'm not singing it, by the way. I'll let you do that one.
Oh, yeah.
All joking aside, no, I do enjoy it. I like the fact that the fans are being creative with the song as well. It's quite good.
Yeah, I think it's one of the best chants I've heard for some time. I mean, I like Tronstad's chant and Hashi's. I mean, Hashi's chant is a pretty creative one as well.
True.
So that rounds up everything with Blackburn Rovers concerning our Rovers roundup. So, what do you think of Rovers' performances so far in the last 3 games that we discussed? Do you think Christy Montgomery should make his way to the starting 11 now for Rovers after the performances he's put in for the team? Let us know in the comment section.
And one last thing before you go. We are looking at doing a little bonus episode in the international break. So any of you who have any questions, whether it be anything at all Rovers related, if you want to ask us our opinions on certain things from this season, or how we feel like the club's being run, or our favourite players, anything like that at all, feel free to message our socials, and we will do our best to answer any questions on the next pod. So back to you, Luke. But thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in.
Yeah, if you've got any questions regarding Rovers, which we're happy to do a question and answers episode during the international break, let us know in the comment section down below. Let us know on Facebook and on Spotify, which is the other platforms that we're also on. So that wraps everything up where Blackburn Rovers is concerned right now. So thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and if you're new to Totally Rovers, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time with Totally Rovers. So take care, everyone.
Cheerio, everybody.
See you later.